when I do these sort of videos, it's not just to, come across as if I'm trying to expose people. And no, it's none of that. It's just I'm able to look at certain things and see them for what they are. And, if it's going to help make, save a few souls, or make a few people think and change their ways, then I'm going to do that. This is why I'm doing this. I don't really want to do it, but I've got to do it. This is who I am now, and this is what I'm doing. I've signed up for this. Do you get what I'm saying? This is the route I'm taking. So I'm going to tell you from the bottom of my heart that if you slept with her, ring up your pastor and try and go for a deliverance ASAP. Hey brothers and sisters, it's your boy Forever Blessed Chris, and this is Chris Speaks. Now today on Chris Speaks, I'm going to speak about a show came across my timeline on YouTube, and I felt to click it. I took some notes down where we're going to be discussing, the modern day women. I'm sure a lot of women are not going to like this video, but it is what it is. I'm here to teach, I'm here to enlighten, and shed a light on a few things. It's not to put people down, or, I know the way I might put things across, it might come across as, being a bit, not understanding, but I do get it. I've slept with witches. I know what a witch is. I'm going to break down the notes that I've taken down. And I'm also, we're going to analyze this video, this interview between Lani Goods and the interviewer. At the end of the day, it's all about saving souls for Christ. Do you get what I'm saying? It's about getting people thinking. Do you get what I'm saying? Coming out of that mental prison that we're stuck in, that a lot of us are still engaging and entertaining in. Do you get what I'm saying? Because the Bible does say that we perish for lack of knowledge, so as a teacher myself, I have to be able to, sometimes bring up subject that might seem uneasy, might make a lot of people feel some type of way about it. But, the truth is the truth, and a messenger of God has to put out the message, no matter how it might make you feel. So I hope you receive it. And if this video does, enlighten you in any way, make sure you press the like button. If you've got any comments, there's the comment section. You can always leave your comment. And anything that I might forget to mention, feel free to leave a comment and share the video. Let's get on to the video.
You still shine by the way, little Chris is doing fine by the way. Yeah, don't touch you, get fried by the way. More fire, rock her there, she's on the way. Yeah, TikTok, come on time by the way. Still rapping, more preaching on the way. Yeah, real ones, it's on time by the way. He's a youth, don't need Bible by the waist.
Today we are joined by a familiar face whose character is nothing far from provocative, vibrant and entertaining. Welcome to the show, Lani Goods. Woo!
Press play, ready to take my notes, and I'm already seeing arse cheeks out. Luckily for me, I'm already, I've gone past all that lust thing, I don't suffer from lust, I used to, you get it, but there's certain things I had to let go of before I can even start this ministry. God showed me, He already worked on me with that one. So when I see things like this, I just look at it as for what it is, innit, and if this is how you're deciding to make an entrance, you've got to ask yourself what's motivated you to do that. What influenced you to do that? Modern day Jezebels. One of the main things that they are sex advocates. They will dress provocatively or dance provocatively at any given opportunity they get, especially if there's a camera and on site. They would wiggle that thing non-stop. Do you get what I'm saying? It's just, they can't. I've even seen certain females, they can't even stand still. Like, even when they stand, they're already shaking. It's as if they can hear a song in their head. It's crazy. As you can see, as soon as she came in, she couldn't even say hi. She was just already wiggling that all over the place on camera. And it's just like they can't contain themselves. Even when it comes down to a simple greeting, you can't contain yourself. you gotta ask yourself what is influencing you do that. And she probably wasn't even high or drunk or anything like that. You know, it's mad.
So when you say it's a correctional retreat,
Yeah.
what do you mean by that?
So the girls go in there and they just like, we do different things like to try and make them good girls. But obviously I go for the worst of the worst type of girl. They do tennis. They just do they do classy behaviour. That's what they do.
And does it work?
I was about to ask that same question as well. Has anyone ever, come into that show and left a better person, like improved on their behavior and all of that stuff? I'm pretty sure no one has, but it might just be me being naive. So maybe someone else, maybe you lot know someone that has. So if you do know someone that has, who's come into that retreat and left a more positive person, peaceful person, then yeah, leave a comment and I'll check them out. But until that happens, I just have a strong feeling that sort of show, people come into it and it's just pure toxic upon toxicity. Toxic upon toxicity. Toxic upon, I can't even say the word. But I just feel like people just come there, go all out, get publicity, get exposure, and they leave out there worse than they came in. Most of the women, if you ask them the sort of man they're looking for, they'll say he has to have he has to be a bit toxic. Do you get what I'm saying? When you look at Adam and Eve, Adam was just doing what he needed to do in the garden, minding his business. And Eve went and listened to what? The serpent, who came in with an evil plan. You get it? So it's just in women to have this thing in them where they entertain negativity. They love it. Do you get what I'm saying?
And does it work?
No, because I think they want to go in there and do their big one. I'm going to be honest, I've had people, cast members, come up to me and say their entire dream was to be on Bad Girls Club. So, this is, legit, they are a Bad Girl Club #1 fan. They've been waiting their whole life to go in the house and hustle. Yeah.
This is what it's all come down to. I don't know if that's true what she's saying, but it's a bit sad if you think about it, that most of the younger generations, they're looking up to things like this. This is what they want to be involved in, has a dream. On their bucket list, they want to be on a show like this. To do what? What are you going to gain from it? They want to be on camera. They want to go to the show just so that they can have a fight. Do you get what I'm saying? But then they're not thinking in 10, 20, 30 years time, when your family, your siblings, your young ones have to look at this and be like, rah, you actually just went on that show just to be half naked and be fighting another female over nothing. Do you get what I'm saying? So it's a bit mad. But these are the times that we're living in.
Do a lot of the girls that come on the show, are they initially, are they lesbian or part of the LGBT initially, or they just...
So the girls that come on my show, I would say half of them are,
okay,
when they come on, half of them are, or they're bi-curious.
Okay.
But when they get on the show, I feel like everyone basically becomes gay. I don't know how it happens, but it's just,
Have you become gay?
I'm bisexual.
Oh, are you?
Yeah.
Oh, okay. Is this news to everybody?
Yeah.
Okay.
But I feel, no, I don't think it's news. I feel like, obviously, I don't talk about my love life as much as some people don't know.
Okay.
But yeah, I'm bisexual, so it works for me. Do you know what I mean?
She says she don't know how that happens. And that's one thing see, that's the thing about the Jezebels as well. It's they entertain, what should I call it? They're all for the fruity letters. We're going to call it the fruity letters. It's all about that with them. It's because a real man, they know that a real man's not going to settle for that. Do you get what I'm saying? Obviously, I'm not going to lie, I was blind once, I was out in the world once. I used to enjoy all that stuff, oh yeah, I've been in videos with, women and things like that. But I just didn't get it. Do you get it? But now that my eyes are open, I'm able to see what's going on. I see that, you know what, this is it. This is one of the things where the modern day women, they get lost in. They easily slip into that category where it's all confusion. They don't know where, they hate men, men are this, men are that. and then they swing the other way. And that's cool. If that's what you're doing, that's your business. But what I'm trying to say is, she just mentioned how most of the females that come into her show, some of them, they're already confused. They don't know whether they're coming or going. But once they into the show, then it's solidified. Do you get what I'm saying? And how come it's solidified all of a sudden once they come into your show? Because you're like a cult leader. Do you get what I'm saying? You're recruiting, you're doing some type of recruiting. There's some type of spirit behind it where you're bringing people into the show to cause more toxicness and, more envy, jealousy, all of that. You already know how women are. And then on top of that, you add sexuality into it, and entertainment, the cameras are on, there's alcohol, all of these sort of things, all in the mixture. So, no one's sober-minded. So obviously people are going to swing a different direction, and you're trying to say, she says that she don't know how it's happening. You know how it's happening. Do you get what I'm saying? Like, just be honest. Do you get what I'm saying? That's why I said this video is the modern day females, but / Jezebel, because you have to know that's a Jezebel spirit that you're carrying, that's influencing you to do these things. Because why is it that you haven't created a show where the ladies are coming into your show and they are confused, and then they come into your show and they find God or become more positive and want to, live their life in a positive way, or want to find a man and get married and settle down and create a family? Why is your show not creating that sort of thing? Do you get it? So that's what I'm just trying to say. There's a certain type of spirit behind this. You might act like you don't know it, but you're already signed up to this and you're like a cult leader. Do you get it? So it's one of those things where if she gets, more sponsorship, you know how the world is. They love this sort of thing, so they're bound to like throw money at her for doing this sort of show. So if she gets, the more money she'll get, it's gonna get even worse. It's like that female that was doing the OnlyFans, and it came from 100 people men in one day, till now she's grown big, and now she wants 1,000 in one day. Another thing about having that sort of spirit is you're never satisfied. Do you get what I'm saying? Never satisfied. And we gotta look at these things for what it really is. That's why I'm just here to teach and expose these things, so that we can see it for what it really is. And when we see it for what it really is, then we'll be like, you know what? We can see what's the spirit that's behind this, and we got to check ourselves and come correct, so that we can move correct, so that we can, protect the next generation, because it's all about the next generation. Because she already said people are looking up to, the females are looking up to this show, and they want to be on it as part of their dream. Do you get it? So what's going to happen to those females now when they have their children? What are their children going to be looking up to? Because it's mad. It's like all of them, they're going to need deliverance. And these people don't even believe in deliverance because they don't believe in demons. But they don't understand that what they're doing and what they're signing, as soon as they're signing these papers, you're already it's like you're creating a bondage for your lineage, for your next generation and a generation after that. Do you get what I'm saying? So it's pretty deep. It might look, when you look at it, it just looks like, a pretty girl, beautiful girl that's just, trying to be a boss, doing her own thing. But when you look deeper than that, you can see that, look, she's just so lost, and she's bringing a whole lot of people with her down that lane that's leading to hell. That's all it is. Get a group of women who are confused, get them in one place, get them to play around with themselves, sell sex, everyone half naked, throw in a bit of fighting on there, and we're good. Do you get what I'm saying? Let's get this bag. We are bosses. That's basically what makes them bosses these days. It's all of that, you know, sex advocating, you know, just hating men and, you know, getting to the bag. That's what makes them bosses. But no one's saying, oh, being a wife, having a husband, having a family, you know, growing, having children. To me, that's a real boss. Do you get it? Someone who knows how to take care of their, you know, their role in a family. Do you get it? So this whole thing is just backwards. It's confusion. And as we'll see later on in the interview, she says that she has no common sense. She admitted it herself. So imagine someone's already telling you, lot, that she has no common sense. How is this person going to then be an influencer? What are you influencing? You're influencing nonsense because you ain't got common sense. Not to be rude, but it's just, we got, like, come on, like, this is the sort of people that you have in school, back in school days. You'll just tell them straight, like, you've lost it. Do you get what I'm saying? Not even on a bullying thing, but we'll tell them straight, like, what are you, don't even talk. Do you get what I'm saying? But now it's like, these are the sort of people we're allowing to be influencers, to influence people, or the future generation. Like, are we seriously losing the plot here? I don't even want to. Let's just carry on.
And I feel like it's okay for us to all, you know, be different. Why not? As long as you're not, you know, harming anybody. And every girl that comes on my show has consent. And then even like me, I'm not harming nobody. I'm just living my life, and I feel like there's girls that relate to it. And if they wasn't, I obviously wouldn't have a following.
Actually, a lot of girls that relate to that, and I hear that so many times that people throw that whole thing where they'll just say, you know, I'm not harming anybody. As long as you're not harming anybody, you know, you're just doing your thing, it's alright. But you got to look at it that you are harming people. You get it? You're adding fuel to the fire. You know, people already. You're getting people that are suffering inside. You know, they're carrying these burdens, and you're just giving them a playground for them to exercise that. Do you get what I'm saying? And you're making money from that, from the entertainment side of it. So when these people go back to their homes, you know, when they leave these luxury hotels that you keep them in while you're shooting the show, and then they go back to their, you know, wherever they're living, and they're in their room, and they're suffering from this depression, you know, because all the limelight, all of that is all gone now, and it's just them and the darkness, you know, them in their room, and they got to think about their life and what's just happened in the past 24 hours and who they've had, all the arguments they've had, all the names they've been called, all the fights they were involved in, all of that, yeah, plus the traumatic experience that they've already had previously along the years that they haven't dealt with. All of that now, and then now they've got to also deal with the publicity, which is not really your fault because they came on the show for that. But this is just what I mean by you're not helping them in any way, you know. So it's going to affect them in some way. So it is causing a bit of harm in some way. And that's just the thing about modern day women, is there's zero accountability. Like, they will never put their hand up and be like, you know what? Yes, I'm actually contributing to this in a negative way. You'll never hear them say that. Zero accountability. That's why they can't even, like, stay put in a home and build a family. They can't do that. They can't even see that happening. That's why they have no choice but just to end up hating men anyway. Do you get what I'm saying?
I'm not a city girl because I don't care about man. City girls rap about niggas buying them chains and stuff. I buy my own chains. Okay. I'm a businesswoman. I don't care about men. So I'm not a city girl. I would just say, what do I want to say? I think I'm a rebel. Okay. I would say that. I would say I'm a rebel, but I'm not a city girl. I don't care about men.
When you say you don't care about men, is that so you don't want to get married, you don't care to have a relationship?
It's not that I don't care to get married or have a relationship, but I'm not thirsty for man like every other, like other girls. I'm going to do what I want. I don't make decisions and then think, rah, if I do this, so and so is not going to like me.
Obviously she's putting it out there, you know, forget all men, this, that, because obviously she's been hurt by one in the past. I get it. She get what I'm saying, but there's gonna come a certain time where you can't put all men in the same category. Same as I can't put all women in the same category just because I've dealt with certain women in the past. You know, I have to be accountable. I know that, you know what, that was my mistake as well of choosing certain type of women. So that's just what these women lack. It's accountability and just be like, no, it's not a forget all men situation. Do you get what I'm saying? Because God created you for you to have a feeling for another man if you're a female. Do you get what I'm saying? So if you ain't got that feeling there, then where's that feeling gone? Do you get what I'm saying? It means you're not normal. There's something happening there. There's an issue. And you need to sort it out before you can be trying to influence. I don't mind you doing what you're doing behind the closet. That's your problem. But from when you start to influence other people in such way, then it's a problem, because it could be my daughter in the future that might be, God forbid, that might be, you know, watching some of your stuff, you know. So it's just one of those things where I'm just trying to look out for the next generation.
I literally, on this season of Baddest, I'm not gonna lie, I showed my tits. So make sure you subscribe to Baddest this season so you can see my nipples and that, yeah, you don't know.
You know what, I've been out the game for a hot minute, because obviously I ain't been on no porn sites or anything like that for years. You know, I've been, you know, on semen retention for a very long time. Been out the game for a very long time. But is this how bad it's become, that the girl's actually on an interview on YouTube and she's bigging herself up and saying, make sure you subscribe to see my nipples? Like, is it gone that sad in the market?
So what do they have to say? You have to be like, I'm so bad, I'm going to beat you up. Right?
Yeah,
What do you have to
exactly.
say?
You basically have to just be a baddie from the wrong side. The badder the better. I'll be real with you. The only place I would like. So I do have a line.
Okay.
You believe it or not? I do have a line. So obviously, I don't really. If I maybe heard, for instance, someone had been to jail for like. Someone, like obviously, oh, come on, badness, you know, we don't want someone to get seriously injured, or what's another one? Oh, what's another one? I think it's just violence.
The better the better. Oh, this is so cringe. Like, you know what this reminds me of? She reminds me of them people that were never cool back in the days. Like, they didn't fit. Obviously, I wouldn't, like, just because you didn't fit into any groups doesn't mean you was a loser or anything like that. But I'm saying in terms of, like, she just wasn't cool. Like, she wanted to be so cool and wanted to be liked and appreciated and just wanted to be bad, known as bad. And because she just was never that, like, now it's like, yeah, I'm the baddest of the baddest and I'm recruiting the baddest of the baddest. It's just cringe. Like, it's why do you want to be at this age and you want to, like, it's backwards, it's ugly, and oh mate, it's sad. And that's one of the other things that they love confusion. They can never make up their mind on what they want, and that's a type of a Jezebel spirit, to cause confusion. Haters of the truth, they don't like the truth. These sort of people, you try and tell them the truth, you become an enemy to them. They don't want to hear it. You get what I'm saying? They do not want to hear it. It'll just be like, I don't care. You're not making any sense. Let me just live my life. That's okay, but we just don't want you recruiting other people.
Therapists or psychotherapists or anything like
Yeah,
that.
we do not. We have someone that's qualified on set, and then they have one beforehand. They have to go through like a mental health assessment or whatever to make sure they're capable. But
This is what I mean when I say it's all confusion, because they say they want the baddest of the baddest to qualify into the to be, you know, for you to be considered to come onto the show, you have to be the baddest of the baddest. From my understanding, because I've been bad, for you to reach some type of badness level, mentally you're not alright. Do you get it? I've been around a lot of bad people, and mentally they're not alright. Like, if you're considered someone who's very bad from born, it means something has happened from a young age that's just made up there not be ticking right. Do you get it? So if they're saying they want the baddest of the baddest for you to be considered to enter a show, but then when you're trying to enter the show, you then have to sit with a professional to analyze you, your mental state. But if you've got and then you still put them on the show for them to create havoc. So what is the point of even analyzing them? Like, it's just all confusion. I don't know whether she's just saying it just, to make it sound professional, but you can just see this is just a whole bunch of.
I had an intervention actually. My parents are not the issue. It's my uncle. I had an intervention from my uncle. He watched my Tion Wayne video and he came and knocked at my mum's house to have an intervention. So basically, he's never seen me. How do I say this? I don't think my uncle thought my personality was what it was when he met me. Like, like when you're at a family function and you're just being chilled.
Yeah.
So I think he thought that's what I was like. But I was thinking I'm not gonna be my real self. Like, you're not my friend, innit?
Yeah.
So when he saw my personality on my story times, because one of my story times about Tion is on 300K.
Okay.
And so it went a bit viral. So maybe that's how he stumbled on it. And when he saw it, he was saying to my mum that he thinks I'm on stuff, and just he said I've sold my soul, maybe because my tits were out. He was saying a lot of stuff in it, but he can't check me. You really can't check me because at the end of the day, let me not even get dark. Okay.
Yeah.
Because uncles really like to chat, but they're not clean. You know what I mean? They're not clean.
Do you want to elaborate?
I'm just saying most uncles cheat on their wives and they're alcoholics, so you can't chat for me.
It's like you can't, like she said, you can't have chat for them. It's like there's no one that can actually tell her that, look, what you're doing, you should, like, don't be doing that. Do you get what I'm saying? And it's a bit sad. Obviously, I don't know her situation with her parents to why, they weren't the ones that called this intervention. But as she mentioned, she said her uncle is the one that, came across the video and, called for a family intervention. And he tried to tell her about it. And you see the attitude, she was just like, nah, like, he can't tell me nothing. He's not any better, like, from when he's cheated on his wife and he's drunk. But that's the thing, it's like they've got a slick tongue. That's the thing about them. It's like you try and tell them something and then they'll just throw something back at you, as if to say, don't even try and tell me what to do. You get it? And it's like, Uncle sees it though. He's telling you there, like, you've sold your soul. He's telling you the truth. You get it? Yes, I've been smoking before. I used to get drunk. But that doesn't mean that I can't then tell my son that, yo, don't ever touch a drink or don't ever smoke in your life. Do you get it? That's me looking after him. I'm trying to tell him, like, look, I've gone down this road and I never want you to go down that road. Do you get it? That's the part of me being an elder and looking out for you. Do you get it? He can't then turn around and be like, oh, well, you've done it. Do you get what I'm saying? Because that's the whole point of me telling you not to do it. So if Uncle's there trying to tell you, like, look, the path you're going down, you need to allow that. You don't then turn around and be like, oh, who are you to tell me what? Do you get what I'm saying? It's just, sometimes you just got to listen. And that's one thing. These women, they're not ready to learn and not ready to listen. And from when she's not ready to do that with her parents, her elders, her uncle, whatever, she's damn sure not going to be ready to do that for her husband, for a man who's got potential of being a husband. She won't even allow it to get to that. That's why they've already got this mindset where she's repetitively saying, I hate men. Did you get it? So this is just where we're at.
That you portray online, some people will say that it's very toxic, it's problematic, and sometimes inappropriate. Do you ever worry about how you're going to be perceived in the future by, let's say, a potential husband? I know you said you don't really care about men, but do you think that lessens your chances of maybe meeting someone that will take you seriously?
Ew.
No.
That is a disgusting. These type of questions I don't like, not because of you, but like it's just gross. Like I don't care.
Okay.
Like what about the fact I can't explain it, but why should I give a F about people thinking that they have to pick me? I don't need to be picked, bro. Like, I don't care. I make my own money. I'm probably richer than every nigga that chats to me. So no, I don't care. I don't worry about stuff like that. I don't think about stuff like that. I don't live for male validation.
She says she don't like these questions. You know why she don't like these questions? Because they hate the truth. They hate the order of how God made things. They hate God. These women, they don't like God. She get it. They'll be like, yeah, they got a good heart. You know, I don't hurt no one. They hate God. So anything that's got to do with a godly way of doing anything, the natural way, they're against that. Do not even try. Do you get what I'm saying? That's why she was like, ew, I don't even want to hear that. Why would I care what, you know, a man might think? Do you get it? Because that's not the lane she's trying to go down. And it's like they have no vision. She has no foresight, no clear foresight of it in 20 years, 30 years, 40 years time. What's my life going to be like? It's all about money. Right now, she's just thinking about the business that she's creating. And that's it. She said her business is her baby. Once that goes, they won't be able to handle it mentally. And what's worse is they won't have a man who's going to be able to, be there as a provider and a protector. Do you get what I'm saying? As a security. It's because you've got things like OnlyFans and things like that, yeah, where women can make money, a lot of money so quickly that they know that as long as they have their body and their looks, they can make money. They can, from the comfort of their own home. And because they know that they can do that, they feel like, yeah, like no one can chat to me. Do you get what I'm saying? As long as I'm looking like this, I'm good. I can get more money, get plastic surgery, fix up a few looks here and there, and I'm back in business. Do you get what I'm saying? And that's just their mentality. That's why they have this mentality of entitlement, of being superior. Do you get what I'm saying? So it's just one of those things. It's the times that we're living in where women just feel superior to anyone. So you can't even tell them nothing. They've seen rich men who are prepared to pay a lot of money for them for a few seconds or a minute. I don't know how it goes on in that world, but they've seen, wealthy men spend money on them just like that, because of the way they look and how they can perform. They've seen that. So they're thinking, raw, like, if these people are doing that for me, and then some next John down at the bus stop trying to talk to me to get my number, I'm like, do you get what I'm saying? It's just, why would I entertain that where I could just sit in my house and make all this money? So it's all about money. But then what does the Bible says? The love of money is the root to all evil. On the other end, if you look at the men, like for us lot, being out on the street, being out on the roads, whether it's selling drugs, selling guns, whatever you're doing, and you're making quick money at a short period of time, for us, that's like, yeah, if I can make all this money like this, what's the point of me getting a 9-to-5 and being a slave? Do you get it? So, but then if you get caught, you go to jail, you miss out on a few years, you might have a child, you miss out spending time with them, you miss out being around with your family, some of your family members, they might fall ill in hospital, or you might lose a loved one and you're not able to visit them. So that affects you and affects the family in a way. Do you get it? That's our part of punishment by chasing the money. So on the women's part, by them chasing the money and selling their body and doing all of that, they're not going to jail for it, but it's desensitizing them on how they feel about men. Do you get it? This is, and it all leads back to the family. It affects the family. A man out there doing crime instead of getting a normal job for quick cash, yeah. The family affects the family when they're away or when they die, because they got caught up in a shootout or anything, or in a robbery gone wrong. The family affects the family heavily. With the women, when they're participating in all these quick money schemes, selling their body and all that, it's still the family that it's affecting, because it desensitizing them. It makes them not feel like they want to be at home and grow a family with a loving husband. Do you get it? So it's the future generations that's all this is affecting, and we just gotta have be able to look at this for what it really is.
I feel like the men that are like me are opportunists. So I do get men, but I can see through their bullshit. I feel like they want to finesse me, they want to use me. Yeah.
So do you attract a certain type of guy, would you say?
No, I attract different types of guys, but they're all opportunists.
Okay.
But that's how I feel.
Why do you think they're opportunists? What energy do they give you that screams opportunist?
Because they think they can finesse me, I can just tell.
Yeah, because the men who are actually going to be there for the right reasons, they're not the men that are going to come to you, because they're going to run far from you as possible. They're going to get as far away from you as possible. That's why you're not seeing these men approach you. It's only the ones, that are opportunists, like you said, the ones that are just there, just split your legs wide open, or they're there for your money. The men that actually are looking for a, a woman, a respectful woman, like, they're not going to come anywhere near you. That's the reason why. So I believe her when she's saying that, look, the only men that she attracts is those that are opportunists. Damn right. No man in their right mind is going to even waste a second on you. It's not worth it. It's like trying to buy a car that's broken down, it's a myth.
£200. Mark Cuban.
Yes.
Asked you for £200 to take Esther on a date.
Yeah,
why
on
did
her
he ask
birthday.
you for the money?
Because he doesn't have any himself. So,
But why did he ask you? Were you guys friends? Like,
oh no,
were you-
unfortunately, I slept with a and it. You know what I'm saying? It was once. It was disgusting. And he kind of dead, useless.
When I do these sort of videos, it's not just to, come across as if I'm trying to expose people. And no, it's none of that. It's just I'm able to look at certain things and see them for what they are. And, if it's going to help make, save a few souls, or make a few people think and change their ways, then I'm going to do that. This is why I'm doing this. I don't really want to do it, but I've got to do it. This is who I am now, and this is what I'm doing. I've signed up for this. Do you get what I'm saying? This is the route I'm taking. So I'm going to tell you from the bottom of my heart that if you slept with her, ring up your pastor and try and go for a deliverance ASAP. That's all I'm saying. I don't want to say the names that she's mentioned, but if you know you slept with her, go for deliverance.
But if I could have a surrogate or something, or do it a different way.
Yeah.
I feel I could do like 2, but it's better for me to have boys, I think. At the end of the day.
Why do you think it's better for you to have boys?
Because the world is very harsh to women. If I have boys and they're a bit like their mummy, it's calm.
She knows deep down, even though she's telling everyone that, yeah, she's happy, she's smiling, she knows deep down she would never want her daughter to go through, to be doing what she's doing. Even though she's endorsing it, she would never want a daughter to go through that, So she's like, I'd rather not have a daughter. I'd rather have boys, so that they can be a bit like their mummy. So how's their mummy? All right, cool. She's confused on her sexuality. So all right, so you're saying you want your boys to be confused on their sexuality as well, right? So how's their mum again? Hates men, right? So your boys, they're obviously not going to have a father figure, right? Like, come on. I don't even want to go through the list, but you can just see that this whole not having common sense thing should actually, I think one of the people said it in the comment section. They said her not having common sense should have actually been the title of this whole interview.
So, question number 1. Would you ever come on Batters?
As a cast member?
Yes.
No.
Why wouldn't you?
It's just not my my energy, It's just not something that I would do. I have a daughter. I wouldn't want her to.
So you scrap him?
Yeah.
Okay, well, what about all the lovely lesbian sexual experiences you could have on there?
Like I said to your friends, I really enjoy sausage.
Okay, okay, cool. But have you ever rubbed your nunny on another nunny? Have you ever tried it? Because how do you know you don't like it if you haven't tried it?
Because I like men.
But you've never...
The girl just told you that, look, I've got a daughter and I wouldn't want to be on your show because, I wouldn't like her to see, me presented in such way. And she's cut her off now, even though she's just giving you that answer. You've cut her off now, and then saying, oh, what about all the, fruity letters that's going to be available for you at the villa? Like, are you mad? The girl just told you she cares about her daughter, and you've just cut her off, and you've gone and mentioned the entertainment side. Like, this is what I mean. Like, I see why this woman hates men, in it, because she's definitely not ready to care about a family, grow her own family, to the point where when someone else is telling her about how much they care for a child that they have, she completely just acted like she didn't hear it. And this is what I mean as well about the Jezebel spirit. They're sex advocates, like, she's trying to get this girl, the interviewer, to come join her at the show so that she can test out her sexuality. Do you get it? It's like it's like evangelizing for the fruity letters. Like, the woman's told her like twice now, like, look, I'm not interested, I actually have time for men. But she was so adamant on trying to, just get her to agree on, trying the other way. Do you get what I'm saying? And this is just what I mean. This is pure evil. Do you get what I'm saying? And this is not innocent. She knows what she's doing. As much as she acts a bit ditzy, she's sold her soul. And these sort of women, they're ready to do anything for the bag. These sort of women are the ones that take a flight to Dubai to play around with mud. Do you get what I'm saying? So stay away from these sort of women. And I know this is the first type of video that I've done like this. So let me know what you lot think. Press the like button. Leave a comment if I've missed out on anything, or if you got anything to say or to advise me on. And I'll see you on the next video. My name's been Forever Blessed Chris, and this is Chris Speaks, and I'll see you on the next video. God bless you.
TikTok, I'm on time by the way, still rapping, more preaching on the way. Preaching, yeah, the real ones, it's on time by the way.